She was suspended from the Senate, and 2 days to her homecoming, the governor of Kogi State in Nigeria placed a ban that there will be no public gathering, and as such, there will be no convoy to carry anybody. But this woman defied the order and flew into her own homecoming on Tuesday to Okihi local government area. As a woman, if you're being pushed to the wall, this is how to fight back. I'm going to bring out three things I observed from Natasha Akpoti behavior that has kept her going all this while. And that is what I want you to learn as a woman and to learn how to fight in that manner, because that is what it is. There is a way to fight and fight to win. Do you get? That is what I'm bringing out in this video. Okay, let's learn from Natasha Akpoti. I have never been interested in Nigerian politics like this moment, especially when women are beginning to stand up for themselves to speak. You might call it stubborn, you might call it trying to go against the rules of the land. But let me remind you that she's a lawyer and she has two hot blood running in her vein. I mean, Ukrainian blood. Remember, you know what I'm going through, and Nigerian blood. So this is no little joke, right? So sincerely, for me, politics is getting interesting, especially when people are beginning to stand up for themselves. I've not been so interested in politics. Anyway, sorry, please, if you are going to be hearing some background noise, I'm actually outside in a marketplace, so the noises might be interfering with this video, but as much as I can, I will have to be very loud. Hello guys, and welcome to Life with NK. All I do here is to motivate you to be intentional with how you live your life. You only will be born once, you would live once, and you would die once. Unfortunately, in all of this, you don't even have a spare life. And you will never be repeated again in history. So this now life that you have, what are you doing with it? So all I do here is to ginger you, is to motivate you to be intentional with this now life and ensure that you live life to the ultimate. Alright, without much ado, let's dive into the video. Okay, you might say she is a stubborn woman and she's somebody that breaks the law. But let's come here. The state has been moving peacefully and everything seemed normal until 2 days when I'm sure the security heard that she's coming back, and then the governor and the police security now say there will not be any rally, any bans, no convoy in the states. Obviously, I know they must have heard she's doing her homecoming. Don't forget so soon that she has actually been suspended from the Senate House for one or two reasons. But this woman has refused to give up. When they say she could not use the land, they forgot that they could not allow the planes not to fly. And she flew down, right? So, she defied the governor's order. She defied the security orders and she came down. And this is what she said. Nobody and nothing can stop me from coming home. I am an Igira woman. This is my land. I am daughter of Jimo Abdul Akpoti. I know my roots. I am not a bastard. And I am not afraid of anybody. She knows what she's talking about here. She's been talking about sexual harassment. She spoke up against it. She had to run to a lot of places, like world organizations, to report the fact that she's being silenced or she wants to be silenced. But yet she has stood her ground. Actually, you don't know the essence to which an angry woman will go to until you push her to the wall and the wall is falling and it keeps crumbling over her. By the time she stands up like a wounded lion, should I call her a white lion, the reaction and the actions will be very different. Now, I won't talk much because already she's a lawyer, so she knows the implication of what she should do and what she should not do. But I want to talk up from the fact that the point of the strength she exudes as a woman in the face of the fact that she keeps shouting and keeps saying that she wants to be silenced. These are the things I got to learn from it. If you're a woman, this video you have to watch it so that you know when you're being pushed to the wall and when you need to stand up and fight back for yourself. It's not just for women. Anybody that wants his or her voice to be heard, you have to stand up and speak. It will be very interesting if people will stand up like this and defy some unnecessary orders to make things work. Number one, the first thing I learned from this woman is defiance against restrictions. There had not been any restriction before now until her homecoming, just 2 days to her homecoming. there will be no rally, and there will be no convoy. Imagine. So you could see that what she's been saying, that her voice wants to they want to silence her voice. It's obviously looking as if it's true. Remember, she has a Ukrainian blood. And you know, say they don't agree. You know what's happening there already. Zelensky people. So you could see that difference as a woman or as a person. Know when you're being pushed to the wall, and know when you want to be silenced, and know when you need to stand up to fight back. All these things have not been there, no rally, nothing. And the people were so happy. You could see the crowd, you could see the excitement, you could see. And another thing I really say is that she spoke in her language. That is another talk for another day for parents that will be speaking English to their children. At least she was able to speak a smattering of that language. And it's more, you know what it means when you're talking to the locals, you enjoy yourself more when you use the local language, right? The second thing I learned from this woman is courage in the face of adversity. She's been pushed out, or she's been suspended for 6 months. You know, Nigeria is such a place that is so funny. You know what it means to be suspended for 6 months. By the time she would come, people would have forgotten about anything about Natasha. They were even trying to replace some other things. But the courage to still push, not to cower. People are saying she should go and beg from the fact that she just got disobeyed the Senate's rules and other things. But she said she has her reasons for that. Go and watch the videos and the clips, right? But the courage she's demonstrated in the midst of all the efforts to silence her is what emulating. Stand up for yourself. If you're watching this video and you know you've been pushed to the wall, you know that you're facing adversities, you know you are in the midst of war, the only thing you have to put up is courage. Be courageous. Nobody will clap for you if you are not courageous about your life. Be courageous and move on, right? And that is where this is getting interesting. I told you guys, I've not been interested in politics before. Politics is not my thing, but because it concerns a woman, and a woman that is showing extraordinary strength, I decided to jump into the trend, right? The next one is commitment to her constituency. Like, even in the midst of trying to put all the rules against her, she's been shouting that one word that they're trying to silence her. And they will put rules. I remember the last time she was supposed to go to her place, I think Kadavi or so, okay, for local government, and the roads were actually spoiled, new roads, so that she could not go there. You can go find that out for yourself, you understand? This time around, they gave rules, all the land rules that would not favor her were put in place, but they forgot to give the air rules. So, to tell her people that she's committed to them putting her in that office, she still came. And remember, she said something. If anything happens to her, the president governor Yahaya Bello and the Senate president should be held responsible, because they are planning to eliminate her in her own state. Look as if that is what it is. You know, politics is such. Jesus, I marveled at her strength, because when I look at the two blood there, Ukrainian blood and Nigerian. But Nigerian people, we know they agree now. Then these people that are into this kind of things, you understand? Ukrainian. So you could see the bridge she's made up of, the tough skin she's made up of, right? So that is what we're talking about here. Commitment to her constituency of adversity is what even made me to bow to her the more, because imagine all the risks, all the impossibilities put there, guys. So what I can say is this: if she's taking an oath to be committed to these people, and she proved it, like, this woman is worth emulating. Her strength is worth emulating. Her strength is worth emulating. So you know that you're a woman, or you know, I don't know how you're seeing this whole thing, but there is a whole lot of lessons to learn from this woman. There's a whole lot of things to learn from her behavior. You know, she knows that these things are not basically laws per se, they're just being put in place to stop her, they're put in place to make her feel, to just silence her. I know what it takes. By the time it's 6 months and she's not active, the truth is that people will forget about Natasha and all that concerns her, right? So that is it. Guys, what do you think about this woman? What do you think about her strength? What do you think about an angry woman being pushed to the wall as she reacted? Well, thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. I trust you've learned something. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I drop a new video. See you again in my next one. Bye.